welcome to another episode of RetroPackages. So there's lots of newspapers, and this is the Thüringer Allgemeine. And the first thing we have is okay, that is the classic packaging. Nothing on the bottom and only packaging on top. But I just don't get why people can't think in 3 dimensions and that there's a bottom to stuff and that it's whatever. Okay, so first item is, wow, the grossest Xbox I have ever seen. That is just smells like donkey ass, and it probably is. Wow, that is disgustingly dirty. I don't want to know what lives inside here. Are these bugs? And it has been opened, so I assume there's not much to see there. And the bad thing is we have 2 of them. So let's get this one out, put it on some newspaper because I really don't want to touch this any further. And that is at least as dirty as the first one, and it is broken, of course, because it is shittily packed. And it's hairy, and so I am tempted to just send this back. Because that is just beyond gross. Okay, I did glove up because I really don't want to get blood poisoning or anything. But that is just wow. Look at this disgustingness. It's sticky, it's dirty, it's broken, it's all kinds of shitty. And it definitely didn't look like that in the pictures. But still, I'm curious if this turns on. So, some paper on the table. Oh, it's rattling and stinking and all over shitty. Okay, I quickly grabbed the power cable. And that should do the trick. I think I have to throw this away after this, but let's see what happens. Let's try this. Okay, does make noises, but gives me a blinking orange ring, but it didn't explode, which is more than I expected. Okay, let's switch this off. Let's try the other one. So these are by far the most disgusting items I have ever received. Also turns on, gives me the same blinking ring. Oh, look at that. Tray opens, so no bonus game. That's a shame. I think I'll grab a video cable and we will take a look at what's on the screen. Oh, look at this. So it seems to have a clean disc, except for it stinking really badly and being disgusting and all. It seems to work now. So let's try the bottom one. So that one seems to work too. So the bottom one does definitely have a dead disk drive because it doesn't open. I really don't want to put a disk in there, even though the top one seems to work. So the next package is another machine, and that should be a rare one. And here is the machine. There's a cable hanging out of it. That's never a good sign. Whoa, what a monster. Okay, here's the machine, and this is an EG2000 color Genie, and it's rattling, which is never a good sign. So before I plug this in, let's take a look inside. But the most remarkable thing about this, before I open it, is that it has these F keys and that it has these PET characters or something quite alike. These are not the same characters as on the C64, and the C64 starts with black here on the one, but kind of looks like a clone of a C64. So let's open it up and take a look inside. And it only seems to have 2 screws in, so that's also not a good sign. So someone was in here, was sold as untested, haha. Which also is straight giveaway of that machine, I think. Oh, there's something going on here. Most notably, this thing is rattling in here. I have no idea where this goes. This seems to be some kind of kernel switcher. Other than that, there's not much to see here. There are a few caps which look in okay condition. And you know what? Let's just plug it in and see what it does. Thankfully, this thing has on the back side not just a ripped AV cable, but also composite audio and video, which is nice. And another port here and a port here and a light pen input, which is kind of odd. Serial port, parallel port, and nothing on the other side. So I guess I will grab a cinch cable and we will plug it into the TV and see what it does. Okay, the machine is plugged in. I connected the AV cables on the back. Let's switch it on and see if it does something. No, it doesn't. Okay, switch it off again. I will quickly check how this goes in there. Hope I find some clue to that, and then we'll test again. Okay, I did pull the plug and I actually found out how this is supposed to go. This is a 16K RAM expansion card, which goes in like this. And this is, these are the ROMs, and these seem to be factory. So this is not something special. This is the Microsoft Basic inside here. We have Z80 somewhere. Where is it? It's here, running at 2.2 megahertz. I'm just checking if there's a fuse somewhere that could be blown, because not even a red light indicates that we don't have a fuse. The machine itself looks to be in okay condition. Yeah, we'll have to check voltages and stuff like that, but that will be a separate episode, trying to get this thing to run again. Let's just plug it in again and see if it does give us anything. And if it doesn't, then that's it for now. So here goes nothing. Nothing again. That machine is dead, not a big deal. Paid 35, including shipping for that, which is, I guess, pretty good price. Has a few scratches here and there, but it seems to be in okay condition otherwise, and has some really nice keys, even though they're a bit yellowed. Yeah, that will be a nice restoration project, getting that to work again, and looking forward to do that. Finally, I got around and found this Oculus Quest II on Amazon France and bought it. It's not quite retro, so let me know in the comments if you want to see a video about that. I did play Vader Immortal, but the main feature for me is having my own cinema in front of me. So if I start Netflix or Amazon Prime, I can watch movies and it feels like sitting in an empty cinema, which is great. So if you want to know more about this, let me know. It's a standalone VR set, which you can also hook up to a PC. I haven't tried to play any retro games on this yet, because I haven't quite figured out how to do that, but it would be quite interesting to have some kind of, let's say, 80s game room or 80s arcade where you can just walk up to an arcade and play the game. But I think that doesn't exist right now, so maybe we could build one of these. Yeah, so that is that. This is kind of special. I was planning to build one of these but couldn't get the boards I needed. And so one came up on eBay and I thought, hey, let's get this. And this, if you take a look at the port on the back side, is a hard drive for the C64. It's not a floppy drive, it's a hard drive, and it's not a Pi 1541 or something like this. This is an IDE to IEC interface with a hard drive inside, or a CF card in this case, but you could use a real hard drive, and you connect this to a C64. There will be a video around where I show this off, and hopefully I can replicate the board and make it available for all of you to build one yourself if you want one. So that is very interesting, and I'm very much looking forward to this. Also comes with some instruction, obviously. Oh, and there's even a disc. And it was very well packaged. Nice. Next up we have a bigger package. This is something I bought off of eBay for, I think, 80 euros. And you might even spot through the bubble wrap what that is. Let me put this on the table. Oh, the classic QuickShot 1, I think. Yeah, that is the QuickShot, and it's pretty worn out. We have some discs. Oh, I hate styrofoam. Various cables. It seems like someone just dropped in everything he had on cables and stuff like that. A mouse. You can already see what kind of mouse that is. It's a disk drive. Wow, that is one long ass disk drive. It even has a disk inside. And we have an Atari monitor. Okay, I hooked up the ST, and it's a 1040 STF in really nice condition. Just a few of the keys are dirty and yellowed. Had to remove one sticker here, which shows, let me show you, that there's not much difference between that part and that part. There's just some sticker residue which I have to remove. Here's the second drive. Some discs which are actually MS-DOS discs, so not very helpful here. And of course the design crime of the 80s, the front-facing mouse port.